Hey y'all, welcome back. Okay, let's get straight into it. Look at this hair. Get into my hair, my natural hair. Okay, so this is the MAC brow pomade in Dip Down, and I'm taking a Real Techniques angle brush with the spoolie at the end, and I'm just basically doing it the way I want it to look. And I always start at the bottom and basically outline the brow, and then I go and fill it in. And I try not to fill it in too much because with pomade it can get dark really really fast. So as you can see, I'm brushing it out, and that's pretty much how much I'll put on there. I have dark hair, so it's gonna be. I do want my eyebrows to look, consistent with my face. So I like to use a dark brown pomade. But that was the Dose of Colors concealer in Dark 23, and this is a concealer brush from MAC, and I love that brush. It's angled kind of differently. As you can see, it has like a point at the top and then two like corners on the side, and it really gets in good on the brows, y'all. Like I really like it. So I'm looking at it to see if I like it, and then I go ahead and go on top of the brow, and I just basically make them meet together, and then I'll blend it out with a brush. And remember, brows do not have to be sisters. They are not twins or anything. They cousins. Like they ain't gotta be so even, because that's not how it is naturally. But yeah, so I take the front part of the brow with the blending brush that I'm using, and I kind of just tap it just a little bit because I want it to look ombre and not blocky. This is the P. Louise base in base 0. This is like a white base, and this is going to help me bring out the colors that I'm about to be using today. And you don't need a lot of that. A little goes a long way. And I basically, like, I keep saying basically, I blend it out until it looks smooth like that. And I was like, what should I do today? What? I don't know. Like, I don't know. What do I do? So I said, I'm going to go on with green because it's March, and all type of green is consistent with March. So I went in with the darkest shade, and I patted it on top of my brow. Basically building the color first. That's what I want to do. So you never want to go in doing windshield wiper motions or just taking a brush side to side, because it's not going to pack on the color for you. You want to tap it in, build it up, and then do windshield wiper motions. I did windshield wiper motions on the edges because if you look versus that eye that I'm working on and the other eye, now it's dispersed because this is a clip that's sped up. But as you can see, it looks more harsh if you don't blend the edges versus doing it. And I always do that, even if I'm going in with a lighter shade on top, I always disperse the edges first before adding another color, because it makes it easier for that color to seep in and blend. It may look a little makeup is to trust the process, you know what I'm saying? So it may look a little like, ooh, it's a lot going on, it's a lot of colors, but all you have to do is just keep blending, and that's what I did. I kept blending it. Make sure you use two different brushes, which is what I did. I used two different brushes, and then I went in with the two different shades and build them up to my liking. So this is how I wanted it to look, and I did go ahead and add some yellow to that. So I went from dark green to light green to yellow, and those are the two colors that I used first. This is the Beast by Debs Color for Days palette, and look at the ombre, y'all. Like I like that. It looked really really good, and you can tell. And I always go back into each color just to make sure that it's saturated and that it's blended seamlessly, and it looked good. This is me looking in the monitor at the look, and then this is me showing you the palette. The palette is so pretty, like, oh my god. But yeah, so that's the palette that I used, and then I'm just gonna do the same thing I did to the other side to that side. I'm using the P. Louise cut carver. It's basically like some type of oil, maybe coconut oil, and it helps cut creases, cut carve anything that you need. You can achieve the same thing with coconut oil, but since the way that they have it in a package and how thick it is, you can literally just rub into it and it helps remove any makeup instantly and quickly. But yeah, like I said, you can still achieve the same thing with some coconut oil. I use a small brush to basically carve out the shapes. I'm so goofy. The shapes that I want, and I'm gonna go over those with the Wahala 2 palette from Juvia's Place. I am gonna add some base onto that, but I'm showing y'all the silver tone that I want to use because underneath it I wanted to have some type of pigmentation, and then when I add the glitter, it's just adding on top of it. I don't want to have my skin underneath because it's not going to show as much as it should, and I also don't want just the white base underneath because it's not going to bring out the purity of the silver glitter that I like or want. So I blended that Juvia's Place shade on there, and as you can see, it's giving you like some gray silver tones, and then I'm adding the glitter on top with Kiss Lash Glue. And then yeah, that's the glue. I mean, I Envy, I'm sorry. And then the Glow Up Academy glitter. And it's me showing y'all, and then I spilled it. I said, what? So now I'm packing on that glitter with the same brush that had the glue on it. I find it easier to use the same brush because it already has glue, so it's going to hold on to a lot of the glitter that you're using, and then it makes it easier to pack it on. I do this until I'm satisfied, and then I move on to the next part, which is putting on the rhinestones. And I use, this is the Kiss glue that I use, and I just do it around the edges and use my wax pen with the rhinestones and take my time to put those rhinestones on there. So this is my primer, and it's the MAC primer, and then I'm using Fenty in the shade 420, and that primer was matte primer. One of those rhinestones that are on each of my eye, I ended up pulling off because it went too far into my visual field, so ignore that. But yeah, so I'm blending on the foundation, and I put a little bit too much, just a little bit, but we're gonna make it work. That is the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Tan Sand. There we go. In the shade Tan Sand, and I'm putting it in areas that I want to be highlighted. And then I'm taking the e.l.f. concealer in Rich Ebony, and I'm not gonna lie to y'all, that was a little bit too dark. But since my foundation looked a little bit lighter to me, I wanted to balance it out with that concealer, but I realized that the foundation wasn't even bad. So y'all, I was about to give up so many times. Look at my face. Oh, I was about to give up. I was like, why did I do that? Oh, I was mad. I was sick. But I went in with the beauty blender, and I was like, you know what? If it all fails, look at me. Just keep blending. That's what I tell myself. Keep blending because it might be okay. I learned from this makeup look. A little does go a long way, but I sometimes can be heavy handed with anything like hair care products and everything. So just keep blending. That's the Cream Fenty blush in Strawberry Drip, and then Maroon Glacé NARS concealer in light 2.8. And I just wanted that to lighten me up just a little bit. And that's Banana Bread Huda Beauty powder, face powder. And I'm tapping that in, patting that in. You can see I'm coming together. Like, it's coming together. This is the Wet n Wild highlighter. I only use that for my nose. And this is Juvia's Place lip liner in Cola. That's Juvia's Place gloss in Barely There. And then I was trying to choose between which lashes. Then I ended up going to my highlighter, which is How Many Carats, and that's by Fenty. That's the Diamond Balm highlighter. And then I went in with my Beats by Deb, and that's some silver highlight, and it looks so good. Like, y'all, that's my favorite combo. I was feeling myself, y'all. I put them lashes on, let my hair out that headband. I said, you know what? For what it's worth, I still ate. Like, the odds was definitely against me, and I still did so good. So I liked it. It came out good. It came out so good. And for me to have not done a extra look like this in a while, I definitely enjoyed it. So yeah, bye y'all. See y'all in the next video. Thank you.